Hey folks, Connor here. As we get into the colder seasons, now is the perfect time to stay indoors, cozy up with a warm drink, and play some tabletop games with your friends. And what better tabletop peripherals to use than Die Hard Dice? If you're in the need of dice and dice accessories, then Die Hard Dice has you covered. With brand new dice sets coming out all the time, you can find the perfect holiday gift at dieharddice.com. Use the code UNEXPECTABLE to receive 10% off your order and to support us so we can keep making content for you. As always, thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
When last we left our officers, you guys are currently on the hunt for a cure for your petrified companion, Tanis. You managed to find a high-level caster in the form of Tank, a techromancer who works in specifically sentient mechanical objects. By bringing on his friend, Dalcom Brassboots, the party is now searching for an object in exchange for the casting of the Greater Restoration spell for their companion. The party was guided to the Cut Trail, a location where people who are not aligned with Baron Dramar and the Devil Demon Ward can hide out in relative safety. Needing to traverse the tunnels of such an area to get to a specific shop, Frank's Auto Shop, to procure the object for Tank, the party now heads into the twisting, winding pathways underneath not only an ancient old city, but also an old condemned part of the Devil Ward that is home to the remaining devils who were not ousted out by Baron Dramar. As the party procured a map from a rather friendly, fiendish creature in the form of, I believe his name is Rachnom, I'm not mistaken. The party now has a map and an idea of a direction to get to procure this object from the hands of a chain devil. And as we return to the Prince Division, you guys look out to the darkened sewer chambers, the darkened abandoned rail train chambers ahead of you. As you guys proceed forward, there are two guards on either side. One is a drow. The other one appears to be a human of some kind. They're kind of wearing like a biker helmet. They're wearing kind of like makeshift armor made out of like tires and other bits of metal. And they're brandishing sort of these glaive-like spears that are made in such a fashion as well. And as you guys proceed forward, they just kind of give a slight side glance to you, but relatively ignore you. They seem a bit more focused on things coming rather than going.
Gil will wave.
They give a little nod.
Here we go.
So, what is your marching order?
Gil is taking up the rear once more.
Okay, Kel, you're all the way behind.
I'm in the front or near it.
I'm usually next to Kel, in front of Kel. Kel, I guess
Brian,
third.
where do you wish to be?
The front.
All right, Delcom and Bryant are in the
He's
front.
behind me.
Okay.
And if I get tired, I'm going to lean my elbow on his head because he's the perfect height for a stool.
All right. So, with Bryant leading the way, it is pitch dark. Who does not have dark vision?
None of us, except the dwarf.
I don't, but
Sarah has goggles, though.
Goggles.
Hence me leading the pack.
Actually, to be fair, Gibby will hold out the goggles to Bryant since he is in the front and sort of gesture. Do you want these?
Nope.
I mean, looking at the map...
I'll stay with the stool.
Looking at the map, realistically, how long are we going to be traveling?
At least a day, potentially.
So daylight's pointless.
Yeah. A light spell or a dancing light spell or flashlight would be
What about
great.
a fucking torch?
Yeah, you guys can use flashlights. You guys should have flashlights in
I have
your
a
car.
cell phone. It has a flashlight built into it.
That
I
works,
have an actual torch, as we established.
Flashlights.
Yeah, but fuck your torch, Connor.
Keep in mind that the monster guy who gave us this also said to use our phones for GPS, so you don't want to drain the battery with extra shit we don't
I
need.
can't see, so I'm going to use my phone as a flashlight.
We should also have flashlights as part of our kit anyway.
Yeah, I believe you guys got them, so you guys do have flashlights. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lizard
Explorer's pack.
I'm so
Isn't there
sorry.
a book that's coming out that changes Dragonborn?
Yeah,
Are they giving them dark vision?
That's coming out this or October, I think, or this month. I can't remember. It's the next book that's coming out. I'm really excited for it.
They had better give Dragonborn dark vision.
It might be like Tiefling where they give you options, which I think is they better give them tails. That's all I'm saying. Alrighty. So you guys pull out flashlights, whether it be on your phone or in your pocket, and you guys set out into the sewers. The state of the sewers is in great disarray. The rails themselves are rusted over. There's like gravel that's kind of just made these sort of formed puddles. And as you guys proceed deeper and deeper and deeper, the sounds just echo. Every step, every crunch, every breath just echoes across the ceiling. Pick one amongst you to roll a survival check with
Sarah.
advantage because of the map.
Sarah.
Who has the highest survival?
That's meta. I pick Sarah.
You know what, Fair? I also pick Sarah.
Oh, goody. All
You're
right.
outnumbered. Pick. Roll.
Guidance and advantage.
You have guidance and advantage, yeah. Survival check.
All right.
Do everything, Gibby. Let's go!
16 plus D4.
D4. 18.
Nice.
18.
As you look down at the map and you're trying to figure it out, it is a nice map. It's really well laid out as well. It clearly is some sort of like subway, like old. Yes?
You're going to have to click on the map.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Map.
There we go. The thing that's interesting about this map, it appears to be the old railway map for this location. Notably as well, there are certain points on the map that have like this weird symbol on it, and you're trying to figure out what that means. And as you're walking and you're about to like kind of take a left or right turn, you realize that symbol means a cave-in. And you're like, oh, we don't want to go that way because that's a dead end. You proceed to the left and continue on your way. And the quality of the tunnel gets just worse and worse and worse. There are times where you are pushing through old wires that have just fallen inwards from the roof. Rebar that kind of springs down like horrible branches you have to kind of duck under. Except for you, Dalcom. You're fine. You're the perfect height to not have to worry about it.
I hate sewer levels.
It smells fine down here. It's not a sewer. It's just a little wet. There's condensation.
This is my horror game logic talking.
It's better than water levels.
That is true.
I would say Metro 2033 kind of vibe.
Ooh.
It's like the subway level in the PS1 Spider-Man.
You do encounter some abandoned rail cars, which appear to be lodgings. There appear to be some people living down here. You see a couple goblin kids who kind of watch as you guys walk past like an open tunnel space. It appears to be like a maintenance area where they would probably work on the trains. And it seems to be some manner of living situation. But bearing that, do you continue forward?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I
Another
don't
roll
really
for
have
us,
a reason
maybe?
to stop. Just assume you have guidance for every survival check.
Roll 20 doesn't hate you. That's why I'm making you do it.
You remember 2 sessions ago.
Yeah, you're
don't
due.
you?
All right. Also, that was 2 sessions ago. Every session sucks for Connor. Roll.
It's true.
Here we go.
He's not wrong.
Advantage again?
Yeah, you have advantage because of the map.
Okay. 19.
19.
Roll.
As you guys proceed forward,
Wait, is it-
21. 21.
The holy day was yesterday.
as you guys proceed forwards, the rail kind of disappears beneath the gravel that makes up kind of the ground part of this thing. There's also a lot of water that floods specific chambers. A lot of the rail is bent and twisted. As you guys proceed forward, I would like everyone to make perception checks for me.
All right. Let's see what's around here.
Ooh, soft 20.
Fuck
Nice.
you, roll 20.
6.
18.
5.
Five for-
Do I still have
Give me
guidance?
that.
you mad about an 18?
Because
you have
I
guidance
wasted
for
it
the
on a
math.
perception check and not an attack roll.
So this
You're
makes sense.
attacking the
Give-
darkness with your eyes.
Dalcom, you're looking at the ground, looking at the nature of sort of the bend here, and with your dwarven knowledge of stonework, clearly there was some sort of like earthquake or some sort of shift in the ground over time with the foundations. Shoddy work, really should have been condemned 1,000 years ago. Gibby, you're currently looking at the map and trying to figure out, because now like a bunch of the channels are like just like splitting off entirely. Kel and Bryant, as you guys are proceeding forward, you hear a noise. Kind of like weird chirping and squeaks.
Can we tell where it's coming from?
With the 20 and the 18, yes, it is coming from above you.
Yeah, we'll look up.
Okay. You have dark vision, or are you pointing your flashlight up?
It's going to have to be the flashlight.
As you point the flashlight up, you see about 30 sets of eyes staring down at you, and the sudden light causes a flock of bats to immediately start panicking and flying away and rushing into you. I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws for me.
That's why I was.
Ah, shit.
Keep your mouths closed. Don't want to go on the windham.
I'm gonna Manu Ginobili one of these motherfuckers.
13.
13.
17.
Fuck you, roll 20 with your consistency. That's an 18.
Consistency.
This is not Wednesdays.
It's
Okay.
smooth.
As the bats, like in a panicked state, and they're quite small, they're very cute, but there's hundreds of them, just absolutely hundreds of them, bursting out from all spots where they've been roosting. They all begin to fly and smack into, some of them get tangled in your beard, Dalcom. Others kind of get trapped inside of your coat, Brian, as they start squeaking and panicking. And eventually you guys...
with an 18?
Yeah, they don't hurt you though. That's the biggest thing. Like none of you get hurt by the bats. No, the bats like you can swing out at them, but they're a giant flock and they just all begin to scatter. And eventually there's a stillness, and everything is calm again.
So many of them, but they're so damn cute.
I'm gonna keep walking because fuck them. I agree.
And you kind of fix your hair up a little bit. Dalcom, you kind of pull one out of your beard and let it go as it flies off.
Get on out of here. I'm gonna need 3 baths after this.
You didn't get any guano on you, did you?
Oh no, he just starts like combing through his beard with his fingers.
It's clean, but then you look at the ground and you see your boots and, oh boy.
Gibby wants to suddenly check her hair as well, just like,
You pat yours down. It's short enough, no issues.
Kel couldn't tell due to the scale color.
Mm-hmm. You're fine.
Maybe it's a good thing Trish didn't follow us down here.
doesn't like her paint job messed up.
I don't like having to clean it.
Fair enough.
All right, Gibby. Another survival check for me.
With guidance.
Thank you. Whew, thank you for the guidance and the advantage as well. 12.
12.
You guys get up to a point where there's a 3-way fork where it looks like the rails could change. You look down at the map and you're trying to figure out which ones are the right way to go. But unfortunately, the way the map is detailed, one leads off to a service tunnel that isn't marked, and the other two are certain lines. You have 2 options. You have the service area, you have the middle rail, and you have the right rail.
That's 3 options.
Those 3 options. Sorry. I apologize. I can't count. I apologize.
Can we look ahead on the map? Like further along the map and see if it which one goes towards our destination?
Looking at the map, and because of the survival check, it's very hard to tell. That's what that check was for. So you have to pick one randomly.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I'll make a choice if nobody wants to.
I lean towards the service tunnel.
I mean, when you're in the labyrinth, you stick to the left.
I was just gonna say, thank you, Kel. Or Arkov, I guess.
The left is the service tunnel, right?
Yeah, that's a service tunnel.
All right.
Oh, with any luck, this won't collapse on us.
And if it does, at least it'll be quick.
Okay. You guys
No, it won't.
head left, and begin to make your way forward. And as you walk for about 10 minutes, the quality of the tunnel improves. But there's also something on the walls as you walk forward.
Investigation check?
Yeah, absolutely. Investigation or Arcana of your choice.
All of us or just Gibby?
Whoever would like to.
Oh, they're both actually pretty good.
Boy, must be nice.
Arcana. 14.
I don't know why I bother. 7.
Yep.
As you look at the walls, they appear to be runic in nature. But as for what kind of rune, you're not sure.
Can I point that out to Kel and be like, do you know what that's from?
Would that prompt another check?
I would say roll... It depends. Do you want to know what the function of the runes could be? That's going to be an Arcana check. If you want to know how the runes were made, that's going to be a medicine check.
I kind of want to see how they're made. If that's medicine, that'd probably stick out to Cal.
Yeah, go ahead and roll medicine. Nice.
25.
Ooh.
The runes are a mixture. They're differently designed. It appears to be some of the runes are made with bat's blood. Other appear to be made out of some sort of like lizard's blood, not dragon, but lizard blood.
Here's the real question. Can you tell if they've been activated or not? Have they been used?
It's hard to say. I would say with the medicine check, I'd say someone else who isn't Gibby, because Gibby already rolled. Give me a Arcana check.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I'd like to know what they're for.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I hope you're better at Arcana than I am. Go for it, Connor.
Maybe. Here I go. Nah.
No.
Nope.
Weird
That's
pictures.
a 4.
Come on, defy logic. Defy logic, Ed.
Consistency.
I would laugh so hard if Oscar rolls high on Arcana.
He already rolled it.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't?
No, he already rolled it. Am I allowed to? You said pick
Yeah,
one
you're allowed
person.
to.
All
Yeah,
right.
no. You can do it too.
You can do it.
I mean,
Consistency!
As you look at the runes, Brian, like closely, with your flashlight and whatnot, and look at them, there's a lot of an eye motif. It appears to be some sort of divination spell.
right. Has it been activated? I don't. Just that's all I need to know.
With that roll, they would require some sort of detect magic, unfortunately, to tell.
Fucking Gibby, do the thing.
You asking, Gibby?
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, would it make logical sense that Gibby would want to maybe ready it up? I don't want to metagame.
I mean, you could also just have it prep. You normally prep it wherever we go.
I did prep it, but it's been way past 10 minutes at this point. I had a prep when we walked in, so
But I mean, you can ritual it while we're walking.
I would want us to stop and let me do it, because you don't know what's going to activate this shit.
That also works. Go for it.
All right, I'm going to signal everyone and just be like, I don't like the looks of this. Let me get back up Detect Magic. Give me 10 minutes.
All right. Take 10, I guess.
Ding, done.
All right. Some of the runes are divination, as astutely noticed by Bryant. Some of them are also prestidigitation, which is
You
a
said that
spell.
with such disdain.
I know. A lot of the other runes, specifically on the ground, are prestidigitation, which explains why it's very nice and clean down here.
Huh.
So they detect dirt and clean it?
Yeah.
And they used blood for that?
Somebody
Seems
really
counterintuitive.
hideous.
So they were activated.
It seems like they're consistent. It seems to be your best bet, Gibby, with all the rolls you guys made as a collective, is that these are, one, a notification system with the divination, if anyone comes by. You don't sense any traps, and everything else is just to keep the place maintenance, so that way it's, clean and easy come, easy go.
So these are. So they're set to go off constantly. So they're constantly active.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Gibby looks at them and she says, as far as I can tell, something up ahead might know we're coming. And also, apparently this is just a maintenance thing on the floor? What?
I mean, if it is a service tunnel, then it would make sense as an alarm system for the people who used to work here. Doesn't mean anyone is still here, though.
Basically, there's not much point being stealthy. If someone is looking in on us with this security system or whatever, they know we're here.
Might as well cast loud noise then.
Yeah. No use hiding it if they already know. Besides, it's not like we're the sneakiest crew around here.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
Hell.
Kel will cast Greeting. Hello, I am Kelzorin.
Why are
You yell that out loud?
Yes.
fucking stupid?
God.
You said cast loud noise, so I did.
No, I didn't say that in game. You meta motherfucker.
Kel would have done it anyway. But the alarm already knows we're here. No point in being stealthy.
Fuck. Why do I even bother to do voices?
Oh.
As you yell that out, you hear clink, clink, like tiny feet hitting metal on like a pipe.
I'm going to throw a grenade at it.
You don't have grenades.
I just wrote it in my fucking spell book.
You pull out an acorn.
Perception check.
Yeah,
Cast
absolutely.
grenade.
Careful, Bosco. You know how I am with grenades.
I do. That's the idea.
Gibby, you move are you wearing the goggles or you have a flashlight?
I
Whoa.
have both, but with the flashlight, wouldn't the goggles technically blind me if we were using flashlights?
Yeah, let's say you use the goggles. You kind of move your head up and you look up and you see perched on like a pipe that's kind of coming out of the ceiling and around like a fluid pipe is a crow that looks down at you and looks down at Kel, and its head is kind of cocked, and you see it look down and it goes, ah!
Huh. Any magic from that crow?
Yes. Conjuration.
Guys, that crow up there is conjuration magic.
Kel will wave.
The
me
crow
a little-
flies down and lands on your head, Kel.
Oh.
I have a friend.
What's a crow doing in a place like this?
Gibby's gonna take a shot in the dark here. Do you understand us?
The crow jumps over to your head. It's very gentle when it lands and kind of like leans its beak down and goes, ah!
Oh, hello. Hi. Where are my notes? No, notes. I have this written down. We're looking for Frank's auto shop. Do you know where that is?
The crow leaps off of your head and lands on the ground, kind of in front of all of you, and then like hops 3 times further into the tunnel, looks back and goes, ah!
Is it safe that way?
Ah! And it hops 3 more times.
Well, do we go?
Would that be an insider in animal handling to kind of gauge if that's a yes or a no?
Insight.
All right.
Could I also?
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
14.
14.
Oh, man. Simple beast, slow stats. You sense no malicious intent from the crow. It seems to genuinely want to lead you somewhere.
It is friend.
Definitely something. Okay. Thank you.
Let us follow feathery friend.
It flies up onto your shoulder, seeing that you have a willingness to move forward, and lands on your shoulder, Kel. And kind of cleans its beak and kind of fluffs up and kind of shakes its feathers comfortably.
Kel will start striding forward.
Okay. As you guys stride forward, the tunnel takes on a different smell, a pleasant smell, sort of like sage, or like a really nice Italian kitchen, which is kind of a weird thing, but like a lot of herbs kind of begins to fill your nose.
Does oregano have, like, supernatural special properties?
It does if you're Italian.
Wait, Ed, you're a mage?
As you guys proceed forward, you turn a corner and you begin to see some ambient light. And as you enter the space, there are these growing clusters of mushrooms that are kind of emanating this soft glow. And resting in the middle of this space is a sort of old-timey, like trolley, like an old sort of pre-bus trolley, which looks to have been repurposed as a home. There's currently a curtain over the front door, and the top of the roof seems to have like kind of like a little bit of a plume of smoke coming out, but it kind of just dissipates as it hits those prestidigitation runes, which are everywhere in the space.
Huh.
The crow takes off from your shoulder, Kel, and lands next to the front door on like this little post that looks like it was made for the crow, and it kind of lands and kind of flaps and swings a couple times and goes, ah! Notably on the outside, there are a lot of like old wagon wheels adorned to the outside of this place. If you ever go by like an old like flea market style house or like location, and they have like stuff nailed to the like, old saws and stuff like that. It's like that, but with wheels, like car wheels and trolley wheels, wagon wheels, all manner of things, like the steering wheels on like ships and stuff like that.
Seems to be a theme. Gibby will look to the crow. Is someone in there?
Ah! You hear a voice come from the curtain. Well, don't be shy. Come in.
Oh shit, it's the ghost of Ric Flair.
Why would that be what Ric Flair sounds like?
Because Sting led us right to him.
Gibby will look to the others and shrug and go on in.
I'm just shaking my head.
You put your hand and you pull up the curtain. The inside is filled with all manner of old style lanterns, like oil lanterns, hanging in various different positions, bits and baubles, candles on top of skulls, and old timey radios, knickknacks and jars filled with various certain things. There's one jar that has a couple of stick bugs in it. And as you enter inside, you see in the middle a table. And coming around the corner, holding a tiny little box, is a haggard old woman.
Good evening, ma'am. Sorry to intrude.
Good evening. Oh, no, I was expecting you.
Oh, okay. So, does that mean you know why you're here?
The why does not matter. But you are here for a reason. Even if it is not upon your current quest. Come in, don't be shy. I don't eat people.
Gibby will poke her head out. Come on, guys. Seems okay.
Yeah, we'll come in.
Guess we're going in.
You guys enter into the space. And notably, as you enter, Gibby, when you entered, you're like, oh, there's barely enough space for two people. But as your companions enter, you almost feel the room shift and get larger to accommodate for every single person that comes in.
It's bigger on the inside.
The more people enter, the larger it shifts to accommodate them.
Hello, I am Gelsorin. Your feathery friend is nice.
Ah. Morgana is a rather friendly soul, yes.
That is such a good name.
Fucking Dragon Age!
Also, King Arthur, Bosco.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dragon Age is cooler.
Lauren Gibby, and this
Oh, I
is
know
our...
who you are. Lauren Gibby, Kel Zorin, Michael Bryant, and Dalcom Brass Boot.
All right.
So, your bird led us here, though. You said you knew... Well, I mean, obviously. Do you know where Frank's auto shop is?
I do. But you have a better idea of where that is compared to me.
We hope we do. Just...
More importantly, is your fortune.
Mine or all of ours?
All of yours.
Oh, this is about to lead back into tarot, isn't it? I'm for it.
We're all going to Ravenloft, guys.
I do like fortune.
Yeah, we'll sit down cross-legged, his tail wrapped around his waist.
Yeah, there's chairs. There's like chairs around this very nice table.
Yael doesn't want to break a chair.
As the old woman kind of takes off her hood, you see a green-skinned humanoid long kind of like surprisingly nice hair, kind of curled black hair that falls down the shoulders. Notably, she has like a pierced like nose, and it runs back. There's a chain that runs to her long pointed ear. Her eyes are kind of where the white should be white. They're black, and her eyes in the middle are this piercing yellow.
Forgive my rudeness, madam, but I'm afraid we have not asked your name yet.
I see. I am known as the Lady of Fortune, or Misfortune, depending on how the readings go. Many come for my services from above and beyond.
Oh, any help we could get would be appreciated.
Knowing what lies ahead will be able to arm you for the future.
It is nice to meet you right away.
Well, you watch as she opens up that box. She places it on the table and opens up and pulls out a deck.
Is it a deck of many things?
Oh, man.
No, because I want this campaign to continue, Arkov. I'm afraid for my rather diminutive friend. And she kind of turns and smiles towards you, Delcom. Your life is a peaceful one. And barring massive misfortune, the nature of this prediction might not affect you.
Great. Well.
But for you three, I would like for you to take a card each, one at a time. Let us start first with you. You seem eager. And she leans and looks towards you, Kel, and nods.
Kel smiles and nods. I'm very interested, yes. We'll gingerly reach out and pull a card.
All right. As you grab the card and place it, you see two intertwined figures. And at the bottom of the card, it says, The Lovers. This card represents relationships and choices. It means that something related to a relationship that you or others have may be challenged, or perhaps even sacrificed or gained. Whatever choice made, it should not be made lightly.
Such choices seldom are.
How about you next? And she looks towards you, Gibby.
Okay. She'll reach out and take a card.
Okay. As you take the card and you go to flip it, your blood runs cold for a second as you flip the card and you see what it is. A depiction of a massive tower with individuals falling from it. And as you place it down, the air gets grim. That card is a dangerous card. It can mean crisis and destruction. It means... Careful! That's fragile.
Sorry.
It is associated with sudden danger or unexpected change.
Is there anything I should do?
Let us see what the solution for this problem is, young man. And she turns towards you, Brian.
I fucking hate this shit. He'll go in and reach and pull out a fucking card and put it down.
The last card is Justice. Whatever decision must be made in opposition of the tower, it will be the fairest decision. It cannot be dissuaded. It must ring true. and it must do what is fair and just. And so my predictions be. And you watch as she kind of moves her hand, and all three of the cards restack to the deck, and she places the deck back into the box.
Great, there's con artists all over the fucking place. Are we done here?
Gibby will nod and, thank you, ma'am. Is there any payment we can offer you, or?
Not at all. For what I have done here is why I exist. You are not the first to stumble upon me, and you certainly will not be the last. I feel as though I have a service to the likes of you. Something in your future could affect the fate of not just yourselves, but the very nature of this city.
Okay, we're leaving.
Well, yes, we should go, but thank you.
Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. And for the readings.
Certainly. Take care. And as you guys kind of look towards the door and then look back, she's just gone. She just vanishes.
Brian's walking out the door.
She was really cool.
She's full of shit, Cal. Please don't fall for that bullshit. Tarot is BS.
Is Tarot really any stranger than some of the stuff we've come across?
It's a bunch of con artists that ask a bunch of vague questions and then can read your expressions and make educated guesses until you fill in the blanks. We're fucking leaving.
Yeah, that we should do. Is Morgana still out there when we go?
Yep. As you walk out and she sees Cal.
Kel Patter.
Yeah, you scritch her, and she like does like the bird fluff up, you know, and they all fluff up, and she leans her head down like, pet my neck.
It will do so.
Thank you again,
Okay.
Morgana.
I'll take one of my burger rations and I'll sort of reach in and I'll pull out a piece of kale and I'll hand it to Morgana.
Morgana takes it and like almost takes your fingers with it and then swallows.
Now enjoy that kale, Morgana. Now go back to misfortune. You little legend.
I see what you did there.
All right. You guys head back out the way you came, the various different runes just kind of staring at you. And eventually you make your way back to the fork in the road. Seeing that that location was a dead end, you now have the middle and the right.
The middle is still more left than the right is.
Can I roll survival again?
You've already made your check for this section. Unfortunately not.
I don't know why I grew an accent talking to that friggin' crow.
I lean towards staying to a wall myself. Since the left didn't work, maybe the right?
Sure. We can't get any more lost than we already are, so.
Knock on wood, never say never. Please.
I guess it sort of narrows our options a little bit.
Yep, if the right does not work, we come back and try the middle. If the middle does not work, I'm getting my Luigi board back.
Brian?
I don't give a fuck, Gibby. Just tell me where the fuck we're going.
I guess we're going right.
Good.
You guys are going right? Okay.
Marching right.
Same marching order, I'm assuming?
Yup.
Don't worry, Michael. I'm certain this is the right decision.
Shut up, Rex.
Hey, man. Ease up, will ya?
Just gonna ignore him.
You know, they're all hurting just as bad as you are. Something to consider. All right, let's get moving.
All right. You guys continue walking for about 30 minutes down the right tunnel. This tunnel, and I know people are going to meme on this, seems more dank than the previous tunnels.
Monty, why?
Because it's accurate.
I like to imagine there's a song playing through each of our heads, and for Kel, it's tiptoe through the tulips.
Dalcom sort of like takes out the stogie that he had lit while everybody was getting their fortunes read. He just sort of puts it out on his brass boot and tucks it away. And don't want to create any fireballs down here.
The smell is like maybe old copper that's been sitting in like water for too long and is kind of dissolved over time. Yeah, very, very like metal meets water smell. The temperature also has gotten a bit cooler. Not uncomfortably cold, but in a way that's like, you know, after a rainfall kind of chills you a little bit.
Any magic detection pinging?
After about 10 minutes, this is beyond 10 minutes. How long does detect magic last?
An hour, I think.
No, I think that's...
No, I keep getting that mixed up. That is 10
I
minutes.
think it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, it would have dropped by this point, unfortunately.
You can always recast it while we walk.
Do it again.
I'll go ahead and recast it while we walk. Hopefully it doesn't... Hopefully, I'm going to trust you guys and hope that nothing bad happens in 10 minutes that I could have used it for.
I mean, if it does, we have weapons.
I blame you.
Please do.
Okay. Gibby, you kind of stop for a moment and take some time and cast it. And you detect 3 pings behind you of illusion magic.
Are they moving?
They are. You look behind you and you see 3 tiny forms currently kind of skulking on pipes in the ceiling in various places around. They seem to be staring at you. The forms you can see, they are small humanoid-like creatures with wings and a tail that runs out to almost a scorpion tip. Does anybody speak Infernal?
I just wrote it on my character sheet. Yeah, what do they say?
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I have a way that we could.
Nope. Save them.
You had.
We're not even at the big bad guy yet. Save them.
Okay.
You already wasted level 3 on a fucking motorcycle. Okay.
That was worth it.
Yeah.
All of you hear as this sort of strange kind of noise happens behind you as they exchange words, now noticing the gaze Gibby hitting them.
Guys, we got company.
Oh, shit. Well, this is gonna be a fun time.
Are they being threatening? Or are they just sitting there watching?
They're kind of watching and just waiting, just to see what
Can
you
we
guys are
ignore
gonna
them
do.
and just keep walking? Like above game.
I mean, they followed us this far. I don't think I want them to keep following us.
They could be reporting to stuff above ground.
That is also true.
I mean, unless we're gonna kill them, let's just not even bother.
You said you were getting illusion magic?
Yeah.
Like even real?
That's a good question. So, if we move like 5 feet, do they kind of follow?
All 3 of them follow, keeping pace.
I don't like this.
Doesn't illusion magic cover things like invisibility? I mean, Gibby's the only one that can see them, yes.
No, everyone can see them, right?
Only you can see them, because they're all invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you usually detect magic.
That's why. Okay.
That's what
The
Kel
illusion,
inferred.
the illusion is the fact that they're invisible. They've cloaked themselves, and only you can see them. No one else can see them.
That's
Right?
what I figured.
They notice me looking. Gibby's gonna take another gamble. She will call up to them. Hello?
You watch as one of them kind of like, you can hear wings, the rest of you, as one kind of lands, not close enough, but close nearby, and kind of squawks out, "Hello."
Hello? How come you guys are following us?
Oh, interesting folk don't come down here very often, not taking these tunnels. You must have gotten yourself lost.
Not lost. We're trying to find Frank's auto shop.
Don't know it?
Where does this tunnel lead exactly? Do you know?
Oh, you know, to surface side, probably where you're going.
Insight?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I was like, somebody, please.
Yeah.
19.
If we can all hear him.
You're the inside guy.
So can they hear him too?
Ooh, 23.
Yes,
Okay, they can hear him
out loud. Yeah, you can hear him. 23. Ooh, Kel, you just get it. And
Let's go.
Dalcum. Lying little shit.
Uh-huh. How about you try again, but tell us the truth this time.
The short one's a bit mouthy, isn't he?
Huh.
We don't know where this tunnel goes. We simply live here. We simply wait here, biding our time until rude idiots come stumbling in. And you know what happens when they do?
Do you put them on a list?
No, this. And you hear something drop in front of you, Bryant. And I need you. I guess it's going to have advantage.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to flip a coin here and see which one it'll attack. Ooh, no, it's going to go for Dalcum, actually.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Wait, but you said me.
Would it be possible, Monty, in that same moment for Kel to cast something?
No, because this is a surprise round now, unfortunately. And in fact, I need all of you guys to roll initiative as well.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
4, of course.
13.
And here I go. 4.
All right, we're going to move you to a map.
Oh,
Oh!
shit. Hey, it's Theros drawing.
Hey, Macarena.
As dropping down from the
Hey, it's
ceiling
me.
comes a human-sized devil covered in barbs. From head to toe, this thing is spiky beyond all hell. And as it opens its mouth, its teeth are these serrated points. And it's going to swipe at you, Dalcum, with advantage with the surprise round.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it rolls the same number twice. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is going to be 9 points of piercing damage as it swipes out with these massive claws against your chest.
Ugh.
It's going to take a second swipe at you with its claws.
Is it revealed to me? Is it not with advantage
Oh, yeah.
this time? All right.
So that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Just hits.
Okay. Significantly less. That's going to be a 4 piercing damage on you. And you watch as this thing goes down on all fours and like whips its entire body around and goes for a tail attack against you.
Jesus Christ, 3?
Yeah, what the fuck?
And that is going to be a 18 to hit you.
That is my AC.
Okay, so that matches, unfortunately.
Boy, you can't win, you buddy. It doesn't matter what you play.
Oh, come on, dude.
Better me than you.
That's
5
not true.
piercing damage as the tail swings around like a Euromassic and bashes you in the stomach, Dalcum. And immediately... this thing... Hold on. Yeah, it's going to stay where it is. And is going to end its turn. And you don't hear anything, but you hear the imps behind it go, "Yes, master!" And we're going to go into turn order now. So, let's grab turn order here. Roll for these guys. Oh, God. You guys. And we have Gibby. We have Dalcom. Wait, where's Cal? We have Cal. Dalcom. And Bryant.
Yay!
You guys definitely lost the initiative race.
What race?
It's not a race. It's a slaughter.
Sorry, give me 1 second here. I'm missing something. All right, off the bat, this creature is going to take 3 more swings.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, devils are bad.
Okay, so we're level 5. They're attacking 3 times, and there's 3 of them.
We're level 6.
Yeah.
In fact, you should have your aura.
I already do, I know.
This thing is going to do 3 attacks on you, Bryant.
Good luck.
First one is going to be a 24.
It's too high.
Okay, so that hits. That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage as it thrusts forward its hand and the nails just pierce through your armor.
Okay.
Second attack.
Okay.
Not as good, 19.
Sure, it hits.
Okay, shit. That is going to be 4 points of piercing damage as it slashes across your chest.
Okay.
And again, it's going to swing around with that tail.
Okay.
I'm using the rainbow dice, by the way. You asked for this.
Good.
The rest of us didn't.
That is going to be a 17.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what? A 17 hits you? What?
Sure does.
Oh, you're using the halberd, aren't you?
That is going to be 10 points of piercing damage to you.
I'm down.
Wow.
What? Oh, God.
Seriously?
No, I'm kidding. No, but that'd be funny.
Don't do that, Ed. Jesus.
By the way, Gibby, as you see this, because Tanis isn't here, this thing that is now attacking Bryant looks exactly like the petrified thing in Ziara's closet.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, remember that devil that was inside of her closet, that statue? This thing looks exactly like it. The imps fly over and immediately descend upon you, Kel, cackling madly.
I assume they're not invisible anymore?
Yes, as this thing bears down on you, it drops its invisibility.
I know what I'm going to say on my turn.
Rolled a natural 19, so that's going to be a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Jesus.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, Kel.
Yep. That is a 7.
You take 7 piercing damage. And an additional... Oh, God, I keep rolling so many 6s. An additional 13 poison damage as the stinger just pierces through your chest and pumps poison into your body. The other imp, breaking its invisibility, flies over and lands on top of your head and attempts to do the same thing to you, Gibby.
Great.
That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Wait a minute.
You have mage armor active.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember. Is that right?
If you have mage
13
armor,
plus your
I think
dex.
it should be. Yeah.
No? Wait.
I thought mage armor was a flat 16.
Your dexterity is +2, so you have You're thinking of Barkskin. Barkskin has the flat. Mage armor is 13 plus your dex mod, I believe.
Yeah.
What did they do to mage armor, 5e?
It's 15. I barely made it.
Yeah,
15
unfortunately, aggressor wins in that
15 hits
situation. So you are hit, unfortunately. Need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Here we go.
20 soft.
Nice. You're fine. You take no additional poison damage, but you take 5 points of piercing damage as this thing kind of thrusts its stinger into you and holds on to your hair with its like mangled claws. You hear it kind of cackle out and goes,
This one has interesting smelling blood.
the other imp is going to break its invisibility and can't make it there, and is going to fly around to you, Kel, and is going to use a stinger attack on you, seeing you get affected by the poison badly. That is going to miss. That is a 14 to hit you.
That's a massive miss.
Yeah, you bring up your gauntleted arm, and the stinger just hits the metal. The imp kind of flies backwards and goes, nah! That ends the enemy's turn. It is now Gibby's turn.
If I use Misty Step, do I take this thing with me?
No. It is simply on you as flavor. It's not actually grappled or a part of you.
Though if I try to move without it, I'm going to get an attack of opportunity, aren't I?
If you physically try to move away without taking without disengaging, yes. But if you Misty Step, they don't get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, fuck them. I don't want them. I need to get clear of these fuckers. Where's my little ruler? I'm gonna go over here.
You teleport out and land. That's your bonus action.
Alright, fuck these little shits. Scorching Ray, one for each of them.
Okay.
Also, we can see what these guys AC is around. Number 1, 10.
10 misses. You go and you fire, and it just splatters against the wall.
Number 2.
Here we go. Oh
11.
my
11
God.
misses, unfortunately. The other one shoots wide.
Number 3, 15.
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
This is the one in front of Kel, right?
This one here.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. 5.
You thrust out your hand and you watch as the imp is engulfed in fire. Ah! And he starts laughing, completely immune to fire. Unfortunately, these are devils.
Yep.
And it kind of smiles and cackles at you.
Great.
Sorry, I didn't want to tell you, Sarah.
Stop talking, Bosco. Then?
Do you want to take your move action?
No, they probably have enough movement to get me, I think.
Okay.
Well, what's the range on that other thing? Just see this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. I get 30. I'm gonna back. Yeah, that's not much movement. Yeah, I'll take my movement back the frick over here.
Okay, you back all the way over there and kind of stop.
Yeah.
All right.
This moment.
Kel, it is now your turn.
Kel is going to try to snatch.
Oh,
this one
Monty.
out.
I'm sorry, Kel. I didn't roll the 1d100.
Yes. Roll the d20. It's a d20.
Yeah, 1d20.
Yeah.
Didn't roll for that. I'm fine.
You're fine.
Kel is going to try to snatch this one out of the air
Want to
with
do it grappled?
inflict wounds.
Oh, okay.
This will be level 1.
Okay.
Does the 22 hit?
Absolutely hits.
Then before
Smoke
the
'em.
damage goes off, Kel will squeeze, look at the other imps, and say, "The last tiny things to get in my way turn to dust." Damage
All right,
goes
you-
off.
You reach out and you grab the imp, and like a paper bag popping, like it even makes the sound of like a blown up paper bag just bam, like popping. There's just gore on your hand as this imp is absolutely obliterated.
Oh, look at that. Not dust. You're
For your
next.
bonus action, you may make an intimidation check.
Do it, Cal.
Probably won't be. Oh, 15. Not horrible.
Bad.
Unfortunately, they're a little more scared of their master than they are of you. And
That's
they kind of
fine.
just snarl towards you. All right, Cal, does that end your turn?
Kel is going to shift his position around to here,
Okay.
sort of interposing between them and Gibby.
All right. Dalcum, it is now your turn.
All right. Dalcum sort of pats his chest, sees the blood in his fist, and he says, okay. And he looks to Bryant. Hey, meathead, go help your team. I'll take care of Ugly here. And he's gonna... Oh, I can't control my token.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, new token. I apologize.
New token, who dis?
No token, who dis?
There you go.
what would it-
Control him now.
What would it take to summon my chariot?
It's a free action. I'm allowing that because, it's fun.
All right. I'll just reach into my pocket and I'll pull out a set of keys, and you'll all hear a
That's awesome.
Trish, it's go
Tearing-
time.
Tearing past you, Gibby, and running over the body, the remains of the imp, rears around and kind of does like an initial D-style slide next to you, Dalcum, as Trish appears, and you are able to mount her. I believe you take no additional penalties to mounting your mount, so...
Right.
Yeah.
It only takes,
Has it been longer than an hour since the tongue spell?
Yes, it's been
Damn.
several hours. I'm sorry.
It only takes 5 feet of movement to get on there. And I'm going to pull my warhammer from its sheath at my hip, and I'm going to take a swing at this big guy. And I'm playing
All right.
I believe.
You are, yes. You get a +2.
First one's going to be a two-hander.
Okay.
Oh, probably not good. 13?
13 does not
plus
hit.
2, plus 2
Oh,
because
plus 2.
flanking.
Just hits with 15.
Excellent. All right. Just takes a sledgehammer to the temple, 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right. As you swing around on the back of Trish, bringing down the sledgehammer, you bash into this thing. It seems somewhat resistant to the blow, though.
Okay. That's fine. Wait a minute. That was... plus 2 because of my dueling fighting style.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Good to know.
And then I'm going to just sort of rev Trish's engine. All right, you venomous poetry reading mold spot. I'm Dalcum Brassboot. And you're not gonna touch any of those fuckers over there, because you're too busy dealing with me. And I'm going to use my unwavering mark on him
Okay.
as one of my cavalier fighter abilities. Because I hit him with an attack, he is marked. While it is within 5 feet of me, it has disadvantage to attack any creature that isn't me.
Okay.
If it does attack any creature that isn't me, I can attack him again as a bonus action on my turn.
Okay.
Yes.
If somebody attacks him that isn't you, does a spell end?
Nope.
Good.
And then I'll reel back and I'll hit him again with Warhammer, one-handed this time.
Trish goes into a wheelie as you downswing, bringing down not only your weight, but Trish's weight down on the swing. Go ahead and roll the hit.
That'll probably work. 17.
Absolutely, yes.
9 plus 2 is 11 bludgeoning damage.
You come down and swing down on this thing's head, and it kind of staggers a little bit, and you hear a voice enter your mind.
We'll see about that.
And he'll sort of... he'll... No, I'm going to wait on that, actually. Do I have a light weapon? Is this a light weapon?
You are
Let me find
two-handed, so...
That is correct. No, you were right. I'll end my turn then.
All right. That brings us now to Bryant. It is now your turn.
I'm gonna hit this motherfucker in the face.
All right. Its back is currently turned to you at the moment.
I would
You're
like to show off
flanking.
the versatility of the 5e fighter and swing my halberd.
It's
Hey.
flanking.
All right, here we go. 13.
13 with the flanking makes it a 15, which just hits.
Woo, I'll take it.
This flank is saving your bacon.
So that is 5. And doesn't he have to make a save? Because
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
DC 11.
23, so he
He'll
succeeds.
pass.
Yeah, he's
And
a bit
then
of a,
I'm all, okay.
bit of a chonky boy. 5 points of damage. As you slash into him with the halberd, the creature turns around.
Oh, we're not done.
as
He's also
like-
going to get hit with a thunderous smite.
Okay.
Oh,
For 4 damage, and I need a strength saving throw from him.
All right, what's the DC?
DC is 15.
Strength saving throw. 11. That is a failure.
He is pushed 10 feet away from me and is prone.
Okay. Unfortunately, there is something in the way.
So it's going to move it.
He cannot go through enemies, unfortunately, but he is prone.
Okay, then I'm going to hit him again with advantage.
You will do so, yes.
All right.
You get 3 attacks. Oh, no, Thunder
I get
Smite is
2.
bonus action. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Advantage?
15.
17. That hits.
All right,
9
another DC
points of-
save and 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Oh, no.
Yes, Monty, go ahead.
You watch as you slash into this thing, its body begins to solidify in a very similar manner to your companion, Tanis.
How about you suck on that motherfucker?
Oh no, don't you want us to succeed,
Turn.
Monty? I see how it is.
All right.
Are
Leads
you
us
really
to the
gonna have 2
devil's
boss
turn.
monsters turn to stone back to back?
You guys don't hear anything from this barbed devil, but one of the imps near you, Brian, goes, "Yes, master," and immediately barrels down on you.
Okay.
Terrible. Yeah, that's definitely not going to hit. That's a 7. Completely misses you. As this imp flies down, you kind of just backhand it away, and it goes off flying into the wall. The other imp is going to attack you, Kel, with its stinger.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a soft 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I need to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Yep. That is 11.
You just succeed. Woo! You take 4 points of piercing damage as the imp stings you, but you manage to grab the imp and pull it out before it injects its poison into you. The barbed devil is going to use half of its movement to get up. It's no longer prone. And it's going to turn towards you, Dalcom, and take 3 swings at you.
Come on, ugly.
10 completely misses with the first claw attack. He goes to swing and Trish just brings up, kind of ducks backwards and barely misses and catches. Second swing. Ooh, that's definitely going to hit. That's a 25.
Yep, that'll hit.
That's a claw attack. 9 points of slashing damage to you.
Ow.
Third attack, it swings with its tail. That is going to be a 13 to hit, which I believe misses.
Nope.
As this thing swings its tail, you hear a horrible, metal scraping noise as you look down and see Trish's paint has just been sheared off on one side.
Ah, Trish!
And Trish, kind of growls angrily at that.
You're gonna pay for that, you festering, dirt-ridden plague sore!
Alrighty, that ends the devil's turn. Gibby, it is now your turn. You kind of put your hand to your neck where you've got that wound and kind of just wipe the blood off, but it is now your turn. Oh, I have to do one thing here real fast for the barbed devil. Okay, it's fine.
How's that barbed devil looking?
He seems to be resisting the petrification. But in terms of health, he looks like he's got a lot of fight in him still.
Oh, what the hell? Bryant!
He's busy. What's up?
Can you at least RP with me, dude?
I got you. What?
Kick its ass! Haste on Bryant.
You cast Haste on Bryant. All right. Bryant, as the Barb Devil is going to swing at Dalcom, you watch as its swing suddenly slow down, and the beating of the imp's wings slows as well. So you now have a +2 bonus to your AC, you have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns.
And just for running
You're in
up,
trouble, Monty.
quick spell, 2 sorcery points, Chaos Bolt, the imp next to Bryant.
Unfortunately, you already casted a spell that has a slot, so Chaos Bolt is a slot spell, so you can only cast a cantrip with the quicken spell, unfortunately.
Vicious Mockery.
Yeah, why not? I can't do Firebolt. Fine, Vicious Mockery, why the fuck not?
On the imp attacking Kel?
No, the one attacking Bryant.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, it definitely
His head
matters.
explode.
Ugh, that didn't do much.
That should be you need to roll another d4 for that.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
1d4.
Also did not break.
Well, yeah, that helps. Yeah, that helps. Sure, why not?
It's more than one.
At least it gets
Technically.
disadvantage if it works out.
It's true. That's the main goal.
He takes
My
2
man.
points of psychic damage, and he has disadvantage as he fails his wisdom saving throw. The imp's head kind of pulses, and it kind of gets back aloft on its wings.
Actually, before I end, I just want to move. Let's move. Let's go. Oh, let's go over. Not there. Here. Let's go here.
Okay.
Go.
I need to take literally 2 minutes just to feed my cat real fast because we're a little off time today. So
Yep.
Kel, you're up next. Dalcom, you're to follow. So figure out what you're doing on your turns, and I will be literally less than 5 minutes. I need to feed the boy.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
Welcome
hi.
to the Monty P break.
I already know
I'm not
exactly
using
what
the
I'm
bathroom.
doing.
I'm feeding my cat.
Don't
Welcome
worry.
into the Monty P break.
I fully plan on showing off the versatility of the 5e fighter.
Thank you, Connor. I'm glad you're holding up the tradition. I appreciate that. We've both shown off the versatility of the 5e fighter today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, I'm back. Stop being goofs.
We're not. We're showing off the versatility of the 5e fighter.
What did you do? Punch the can open and just dump it in the thing and go?
No, I just literally the shelf right outside my door has cat food on it. I grabbed my little scoop, grabbed a scoop of cat food, put it in his bowl, and came right back. It's very fast and
I
easy.
liked my image better.
Sorry.
It was fun.
I like to imagine I just punch the food out of the can with my fists.
Zen with
Like Popeye
200
the Sailor
Costco.
Man.
What are you doing casting these spells? Everyone knows you're a 5e fighter. Shoot, you're right. My bad. I'll fix it on the next turn. I got you.
All right, Kel, it is now your turn. What are you doing?
Make use of my haste, Brian, or I will never give it to you again.
You're never going to give it to me again anyway.
Kel is going to circle around this particular imp until he's back to back with Bryant.
Oh, shit.
All the while saying, "You are getting in my way. My friend is waiting on me." And he will cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Ooh, good spell.
So,
Did you make a
DC 14
saving throw?
spell save.
All right, wisdom.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, it is wisdom.
The Barb Devil got a 23.
It succeeds, it will take half damage.
Sorry, I'm flipping between 2 stat blocks here. I apologize. One of the imps got a natural 20,
Woo! It succeeds.
and the other imp got a 6.
It failed miserably.
Yeah. So
That is
12,
also a miserable damage roll.
6 is going to be for you. And then 12 for this guy. Ooh, he's looking pretty rough now. What form does your Spirit Guardians take?
If you remember from when we were in the sewage treatment plant, they're snow angels.
That's right.
Little fluttering snow angels.
You watch as the little fluttering snow angels like kind of bite down in a similar fashion on the imps, and the imps kind of try and like grab and wrench them from their bodies, but they are incorporeal and fail to do so. The imps are being torn up. The Barb Devil doesn't seem to care all that much.
Also, their speed is halved for what little it matters.
Okay, good to know.
And when they start their turn in my area, which is all three of them, they have to roll again.
Because it's the first time on a turn, which is mine, and when they start their turn there.
God, I love
Good to know.
words.
Alrighty, that brings us around to, assuming that's the end of your turn, Kel.
I'm pretty sure I can't do anything else, so yes. Clerics are
All right.
lacking in bonus action.
Dalcum, it is now your turn.
All right. I'm going to slide my sledgehammer towards the end, so my grip is going to be at the absolute end of it. I'm going to swing down with full force right on the top of its head. Two-handed warhammer swing. Natural one.
Ooh.
Yep. That sounds right.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Gotta
Okay,
break
I
in a
rolled-
new character, right? Roll 20?
Yeah.
I also rolled a natural one, so you just miss. You swing and just miss and hit the ground.
All right. Well, then I'll yank it back into my hand and I'll grab it near the head and I'll sort of like shove it towards its face, shove the hammer end towards its face like Triple H, and go for it again. 16 to hit.
That hits.
That'll be
For-
4 bludgeoning damage plus 2 for a total of 6.
Okay, very nice.
And as a bonus action, he's just gonna roll his shoulders and he's gonna flex his muscles, and you're gonna hear like the sound of muscles sort of going rigid as his active blood flow begins to cease, and I will activate Second Wind.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the healing.
So 1d10 plus my fighter level.
Mm-hmm. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the versatility of the 5e fighter will
Good.
be on full display.
Plus your
8.
Constitution modifier.
Plus my con modifier? I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think. I think it's just a D10.
Is it just
plus
a
your
dice
fighter.
roll? I thought you
D10
could-
plus
It
your
is,
fighter
it-
level.
Oh, I'm
Plus
thinking
my
of,
fighter level.
I'm thinking of short rests. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Me no have brain. It's square.
It's okay. Again, Monty, this is why we play fighters. It's fine.
Right. I've played a fighter twice, man. They're very versatile. Come on.
They are. I agree. I don't know why. I'm
They're
all of us
also,
are on the same page.
They're also really good at dying consistently.
not. I've never
and
died in a
rolling,
5e
and
fighter.
rolling natural ones on
I've never.
Yep.
Oh, you're this is a story about you. Okay.
Miss Stein, man.
Bye, Stein. You never had a chance.
His name is literally Stone and Giant, and he turned into a fucking statue.
Monty,
Pretty appropriate.
Talk about this. I have a couch that you can lay on, and we can just get this all out.
I'm upset.
I end my
I know,
turn.
clearly, we're gonna have a therapy session. I can see.
All right, that ends Dalcum's turn. Brian, it is now your turn. The world is slow, and you are fast.
Dude, I'm on speed. I'm gonna swing my halberd.
All right.
Let's fucking go! That's 17.
Oh, that hits.
That's 11 damage plus a con save, please.
He doesn't have to repeat. He has to repeat the con save on his turn because he's currently
So
under the
once I
effects.
activate it,
yeah.
it becomes like the. Oh, okay.
He has to keep
he's-
resisting it,
he's
and if
still
he
gonna-
fails, yeah,
Got it. He's still gonna have to deal with this though.
yeah. 11.
Divine Smite.
Oh,
Suck it. Suck it.
Nine?
Suck on that.
Damn.
You could suck on that one.
oh, wait, is that 5 plus 9? That's my God.
Correct, because it's a higher cast.
Yeah, it is.
I casted level 2.
Oh my God! So that's 14 points of damage.
So that was the first swing. Are you ready for the second one of the first turn?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Normal roll. That's 9 to hit, so that's gonna miss.
9 to hit plus 2 unfortunately misses. You swing the first time, stabbing this thing through the side of the ribs. You reach around and you bring down your blade, and as it does, there's this concussive blast of almost like divine and like bluish purple flame that just explodes off of the halberd. You swing around a second time, and the Barb Devil, almost like a bit of a gauntlet, brings up a couple of the spikes and just deflects the fast attack. You are like Dalcum and Kel, it's like it's like Dragon Ball Z fighting. It's so fast you can barely see the movements going on, and you just see explosions going off.
Are you ready for the round 2?
When you take the additional attack action, you only get an additional attack.
Yeah, just one.
You get just one. Yeah.
Oh, so the haste only gives me 1 attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 additional attack.
Got it. So I'm going to do the additional attack then, because I did the 2 that are normally mine. So then this will be the 3rd one.
That's right. Yeah, this will be the 3rd one.
Okay, here we go. I thought it gave me the attack action, so I got a full...
Yeah, no, it says only 1. It would be really busted if you could do that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Normal roll. It's a 15,
nice.
So 17.
Hey.
17 hits, 5 slashing damage, not bad.
I'm going to smite him again.
Okay.
Here we
it's
go.
A free action, I believe. I don't think it takes a bonus action to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my
Ba-boom.
god.
that's the same damage.
I'm sure it's
14
consistency,
again.
motherfuckers.
Fucking hell. Another swing and an explosion of this almost divine and arcane and familiar sort of effect as you swing twice and this barb devil. And you can see now his fingertips are starting to become dust a little bit, and like some of the nails are actually breaking off of his body. You can see he's
Come on, you son of a
resist.
bitch! Talk your shit to me now!
And that'll be 2.
All right, that ends your turn, Bryant.
Monty,
Yep.
is this thing, does it happen to be a fiend type enemy? Because it would
It
take
is.
extra damage from Divine Smite.
Does it? I don't think
Oh.
Does
that's
it
true.
count as undead?
No, Divine Smite says undead or a fiend. It's an extra 1d8 if it's undead or
Oh,
fiend.
then I should have got. Yep.
Roll 2d8s then.
Yeah, roll 2d8 because this thing is a fiend if that's what the ability says.
15.
Oh my god.
Almost max damage.
Let's go.
Oh my
I
god.
played a paladin once, so I know this bullshit.
I thought it was only undead. I didn't realize it was fiend.
I played boss, but we never fought fiends, so I never I
Showing
didn't
off
know
the
about that.
versatility of the 5e
The 5e fighter.
Fucking hell, dude. That's so much damage. This thing is still standing. I'm gonna roll its wisdom saving throw for the spirit guardians because it's now the devil's turns.
Now reroll the damage.
That is going to be a 19.
It passes, so it will take 3 radiant damage.
Jesus
It also
Christ,
has
that
to
is
roll
a
a
lot
con
of
save for the
dice.
halberd.
Yeah, it
I
does. At the
have
end of its turn, it
miserable
does.
Yep.
It is going to take 3 more swings at Delcum because you've taunted it and it does not like you.
Haha, yeah, come on!
First claw attack is going to be a 17 to hit you, Delcum.
Nope. No dice.
Misses. Second hit misses entirely. That's a 10.
Yeah.
Third swing with the tail. That is going to be a 19 to hit the tail.
Yeah, that'll just barely hit.
Okay. That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage to you as the tail swings down and slices at your shoulder.
Well, there goes my second wind healing.
Constitution saving throw. Unfortunately, it rolled. It's 4. It's going to be 23, unfortunately, on the saving throw, so it resists turning to stone. The imps also need to make wisdom saving throws against that radiant damage.
Yep. I'll reroll the damage for it.
Yeah. No, we're going to use the same one because it's an AoE attack. So,
Yeah, fair.
yeah.
AoE.
First imp gets a 17. What's the saving throw?
It's only a 14, so it passes. It takes 3.
Okay. It is still standing. The other imp, 10 fails.
So it takes 7. On
And
top of the
it,
12 it took before.
like piranhas on a raw chicken, the spirit guardians tear away and destroy the imp.
Yes, it left the one that's got disadvantage.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the imp that has disadvantage is going to attempt to attack you, Kel. And is going to miss miserably with an 8.
Okie dokie.
It would have hit if I got the first roll, which was a very high roll, so good job on the vicious mockery there, Sarah. All right. The imp, kind of staggering, tries to attack you, but completely misses, and that ends the devil's turn.
I like to imagine
Yep.
the spirit guardians are just getting in its line of vision, fluttering around it like bats.
Gibby, it is now your turn.
How haggard is that little imp looking?
Bad.
Alright, I don't really want to waste a big spell on him then, so let's try Vicious Mockery on him again.
Okay.
And 1d4.
One more for Jenny and the Wimp.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fail!
5.
That's
Fuck
5.
you little shit.
You point at your finger and say, fuck you, you little shit. And the imp looks at you and you watch as his head just pops, like explodes like a grapefruit. And it drops
Somewhere
to the
out
ground dead.
Just
Somewhere
double
out there,
check.
a great tiefling is grinning.
Just double check, Monty. Can I do ranged attacks from where I am on the main guy?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I just want to see real quick though. What's this? What's the?
The way I have it, which is not the ruling, but the way I have it is that if you are able to fire through, people, the enemies also can.
I just want to see. Where's my ruler? Ruler. Let me see this. Okay, then
40.
I'm gonna move about there. Let's move there. We can move up a little bit.
You run up to the road. You run up to the roadkill, which was once an imp, and slide up.
Let me just double check that's what I wanted. Because I just want to make sure I have. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I just realized the camera needs to be adjusted.
Is that your turn, Gibby?
You know what? Yeah, actually, no. That's probably. I probably should. Monty.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Am I allowed to use quick spell with Chaos Bolt on this, or does it have to be cantripped again?
Absolutely. No, because you used a cantrip as your action, so your bonus action can be a leveled spell.
It's 2 sorcery points. Chaos Bolt, and let's pray it's not frickin' fire. Let's see if it even hits. 10.
Unfortunately, it does not hit. As you fling out your hand towards it, the Barb Devil just ducks down and it splashes against the wall.
What a waste of sorcery points.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh, that's right. Fine.
You're fine? All right, that ends Gibby's turn. Woo. Unless you would like to move.
Yeah, that was such a waste.
Sorry, fortunately.
It happens.
It's not a waste. You could have hit.
All right, Kel, it is now your turn.
Kel is going to turn his head to the Barb Devil. Slowly saunter around Bryant.
Oh, it's the death triangle.
Would I be flanking if I did
No.
this positioning?
You need to be in a murder sandwich. You need something opposite.
And I'll just
to
stop
you,
right here.
unfortunately.
Death triangle.
Kel is going to reach out at 3rd level and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
Bye. Let's go.
Oh,
12
no.
sadly does not hit.
12 does not hit. As you reach out, the Barb Devil kind of swats your hand away and kind of strikes you, literally backhand bitch slaps your snout away, and you kind of stagger back into the wall, and the spell shoots off in the wall and unfortunately does not register.
I hate roll 20 sometimes. That's my turn.
That's all right. It's going to be poetic.
to my world, child.
You hear a voice enter your mind, Arkolf.
My kind walked these lands far before your scaled one.
Can Kel respond?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems to be in your head.
Ooh.
And yet how funny you will die before we do.
Woo! Yes, sir!
All right. Dalcum, it is now your turn.
Kel is not in the mood for nonsense. Tannis is waiting.
He's just looking at Kel, sort of slowly walking over to this pitched combat. He's like, what are you doing? Whatever. Second verse, same as the first.
Come on,
Gonna go for
be kind. Finish it, Connor.
Warhammer two-handed. Hey,
Finish it, Connor.
Hey, guess what? It's another natural one.
No, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Roll 20?
Seriously, it gave us a good week last week just to lull us into a false sense of security.
Wow.
Oh boy,
Connor, I'm so sorry. This is bullshit.
I think someone a while back called me the Will Wheaton of digital tabletops.
That's pretty accurate, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Starting to become truth, and I don't like
but
that.
it's only on Saturdays. You're not this bad as Panic.
You go to swing the Warhammer. The Barb Devil shifts forward slightly, and as you aim for the shoulder, the head of the hammer does not hit, but your hands hit the Barb Devil hide, and you watch the spikes pierce through the back of your hand and through your fingers. You take 4 points of piercing damage as your attack misses. The Barb Devil just kind of looks up at you and smiles with his really long teeth.
Bitch, smack it.
Don't count your chickens, ugly.
Finished it.
21. That is 8 plus 2 for 10 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Let's bring it down to that. You bring down and kind of pull the. You actually pull the hammer inwards, and as you do, Trish revs up, and immediately the tires hit the face of this thing and kind of scratch off part of its face before it pushes away from the two of you. That ends your turn, Delcom?
Yes.
All right, Brian, it is now your turn. The Barb Devil looks really bad.
Good. Halberd to the face. I'm going to smite him if I hit him.
Hit him in the crotch, Uncle Scrooge.
15.
Just hits.
Let's go! So that's 7 damage.
7 damage, and then you want to smite as well?
Correct. For another 3 plus 2, so 5.
It's going to be 12. How do you want to kill the Barb Devil?
Ooh!
Can the stone overtake him?
Yeah. I have a good idea here. You
go for it.
Pull back the halberd like you would throw a spear, and you just drive it like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker style right through the Barb Devil's head. You hear this resounding crack noise, and as you hold it in place, you watch as spreading from the tip of the halberd running down the head and then to the shoulders and the face, the entire creature just turns to stone. Its shoulders lax and stiffen, and it falls to its knees and stiffens completely.
And for good measure, can I then shatter the head?
You do. You kind of twist the halberd sideways, and the head pops, and the rest of the statue just crumbles to the ground.
Fucking come at me now, you fuck!
I want to imagine that since Brian still has haste on him, when he says that, it's just really squeaky and squeaky. Like a chipmunk.
Sounds like Banjo-Kazooie. God.
Oh, everybody all right?
Yeah.
We will be fine.
Oh, okay.
And with that, Monty,
How are you,
can I start
Delcom?
casting Prayer of Healing?
Absolutely.
This will only be level 2. That is 13 plus... Come on. That's 17 healing.
Ooh. Nice.
Is that for everybody?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thankfully I didn't take too much, so that puts me back to full.
Now, would I gain additional healing from Blessed Healer, Monty, since that's technically a spell on others?
What's the ability? Can you click it?
Yep. When you cast on... Spells you cast on others heal you as well. Other than you might be the catch, since I did it to myself as well.
Yeah, so unfortunately, because you heal yourself, you won't get that as well. But for things like, healing word and cure wounds, you can apply that as well. You guys, take a moment just to rest and just gather your bearings.
Okay,
Baby,
Delcom.
what did that overgrown lizard do to you? And then he's just sort of like, he takes out a rag and just wipes some gunk off of Trish.
As you go to clean some of the scratches, you just chip off more of the paint.
Well, I'm gonna have to buff that out when we get back. Yeah, shit.
Kel will
I know.
sadly walk over to Gibby.
You okay,
Gibby?
Kel? Yeah?
Could you help me clean this? It's nasty.
He'll hold out his bloody hand covered in
Yeah,
gore.
it's like it's covered, and it's not just blood; it's like chunks of meat.
Yeah. Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
As you guys take a moment to reprieve and take what I'm assuming is a short rest.
Can I double check the map with a survival check?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
With guidance.
Thank you.
If those devils are
With
anything to go
advantage.
after.
Yep, I know, because map. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, 19. Oh,
Plus 2 for.
4.
Oh, that's
22.
All right. As you look at the map and kind of flip through it, you notice that you had missed, unfortunately. It's like a whole, like, you know those things in, like, doctor's offices for kids that are, like, the little cubes on, like, the wire things or
Yeah.
whatever? That's kind of what tracking this map is like, but, like, worse. As you
This
kind
is
of follow
2D.
as you follow your finger around, you realize that it leads, unfortunately, to a dead end.
So,
So
it
the
is
middle
this thing
path
called-
was right.
Yeah.
Damn, that was going to be my guess, too. Fuck.
Well, I mean, to be fair, after talking to those little shits, I didn't think this was the right way anyway. Okay, guys, we need to go back to the middle.
All right.
Actually, Monty, before we move, and because I don't want to do it in an actual fight, I'm going to do flexible casting real quick and convert one of my level 3 spell slots into sorcery points.
Okay.
To 3 sorcery points. Because if we're fighting a chain devil, Scorching Ray is not going to do shit, so why save it?
At some point, we may want to find a suitable, fortifiable location to rest for an extended period.
Oh, man. Multi-day trek?
It is seeming
Okay.
like it.
Casters. Well, all right. Let's go find something then.
Okay. You guys head back, walk an hour back to the middle chamber, and proceed down the middle one.
What time is it now?
As you look at your phones, you guys got here at about... What time did you guys arrive at the cut trail? I can't remember. I should know this. I'm the DM. I'm an idiot.
Uh-oh.
We set off early in the morning, went to meet
Yep.
Dalcom.
Yeah.
I'd say probably got here afternoon, late evening.
I'd say it's probably like past midnight at this point. Like it's maybe like 1 a.m.
Shit.
And
We are
Brian's
going
already
to need to
been
take a
up for
rest.
24 hours.
That's all right.
I mean, we are
fine.
going to need to take a rest if we're not going to get exhaustion. Which we do not need against a chain devil. Proceeding.
All right. Are we finding something down here in the sewers, or are we...
It's not sewers.
You know, the sewer train.
It might
We
as
do
well
not.
be. There's shit everywhere.
It would not be wise to backtrack any further. Let us see if we can find something further ahead.
Okay.
I do not wish to impose on misfortune.
Yeah,
I mean that is in misfortune, not misfortune.
yeah.
Lady Fortune,
Got-
that is what I will call her.
I think she'd like either one.
But she is so nice. She's not misfortune.
Well, regardless of the status of strange fortune-reading old crones, I think we're not gonna really find a very defensible position down here. Me and Trish can go on ahead if we want.
What,
Probably
scout
be-
out?
Probably be a damn sight quicker than going on foot.
It might not be safe by yourself.
I mean, you can see in the dark. Might be good to have you scout things out a little bit.
I'll go a little bit ahead. Won't be out of eye shot.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to extend how far ahead of the group marching order?
I'll go.
I'll go like 45 feet ahead.
Okay.
For the rest of the group.
All right. You guys proceed walking through the middle section. You walk for about 25 minutes or so, and you see up ahead that part of the wall has collapsed. And at first you're like, oh my God, we're trapped. But then you do notice that there is actually like a hole that you can climb through.
There's something up there. And I'll point, and Trish's headlight will go over to the hole.
Yeah, you see it. It's got like, there's a slight bit of stone that leads up. It's nothing that requires a check, but like it is a bit of a, extenuation.
Is my detect magic gone again?
Yes, it would be at this. If it lasts 10 minutes, it's gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If it lasts an hour, it wouldn't be.
I'm gonna ritual cast that again. Keep that shit up.
Okay. Detect no magic.
Okay. Well, shall we?
Might as well.
Can we roll investigation to see what's in the tunnel?
You guys just go. One problem, Dalcom, is that Trish, you try and drive Trish up and Trish can't make it, but you know that she's at your beck and call, so.
Well, I'll call if I need you.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
All right. You guys go through the hole and slide down and proceed your way forward. This part of the tunnel is not dank. Sorry. It's actually has some crisp air to it.
It's dunk.
Donkey. Dalcom, go ahead for me and make a perception check.
Alrighty. Back to square one. That's a 5.
Connor, Jesus Christ!
It's just how it's gonna be.
Connor roll stuff anymore.
Wake me up when combat starts. I'm just gonna
wake me up when combat's over.
The dwarf is asleep.
Can any of the rest of us roll perception?
Yeah, you guys can.
Go ahead,
I
Sarah.
got goggles, so.
Sarah, how's your back doing?
Don't do that to me. It really bit us from the butt one time.
You have guidance.
Thank you. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Today is not that time.
1d4. 15.
As Dalcom is like reacting to a rat that scampers past you guys, it's like,
Jeez.
moving around, you notice, Gibby, a little light up ahead.
What the heck's that? Anybody else see that?
As Gibby points it out, you all see it. A little kind of bluish light.
I'm gonna walk towards it.
Oh, anything pinging my magic?
From this distance, no. It seems very far away.
I'm gonna walk towards it.
Let's proceed slowly, Bryant.
Why is it blue?
Who knows?
As you walk towards it, Bryant, you watch as it almost like I'm trying to think of what it would be. Like a dandelion fluff in the wind. It gently kind of moves in the air.
Is it a fucking will-o-wisp?
And then you see another one.
Well, it wouldn't be a will-o-wisp because we see them.
Yeah, you all saw the light.
Pretty sure they can make themselves visible.
So is it just a bunch of them that are generating light?
Are we getting close enough for me to get any pings?
Yeah. You get a vague magical sense, and as these things get closer, yes, they are will-o-wisps. There's about 5 of them.
I was right.
Oh.
Yeah. They can choose to be invisible.
And they approach and kind of dance around you guys. Almost like excitable.
So these ones seem okay with us. Can we insight them?
Sure, incite the ghosts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good luck with that.
Why not?
Yeah.
I can try.
You are
Don't
more than
touch
welcome
him.
to.
Brian, you roll insight with advantage.
He doesn't want to incite them though.
Kel will insight, because he remembers the one that helped us with
Insight
Amelia.
15.
There you go.
This is 19.
Holy shit!
I have
Don't
really
touch
high
him.
stats when Roll20 lets me.
Yeah, you do have a +6.
I hear bad things are heralded by the will-o'-the-wisp. I heard they can even chew through tanks like they were nothing.
You watch as one of the will-o'-wisps, like a curious hand running through your beard, just kind of goes and floats through your beard and then pops out the other side, like peeking like a curtain. And a couple of the other will-o'-wisps kind of move up and down as if like laughter. Kel, they seem extremely harmless and seem just inquisitive when it comes to you.
I do not think they mean us any harm. Besides, they're not all that bad. One helped us save a little girl once.
Is there still light at the end of this tunnel?
You see some more lights. There seems to be quite a few of these things down here.
I'd like to keep moving in the tunnel.
Okay. Bryant, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Hey, Monty.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Could Kel, just for comedic sake, just scoop up a big armful of them and hug them? As
you go to scoop them up, your hand just goes through them because they are unfortunately incorporeal. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like his worst nightmare. The cutest thing that you can't touch.
You should have done it with the Pommels. You can pick. Well, actually, no, those are also ghosts. Never mind. You're no dreams for you.
No dreams for you.
Gibby kind of curiously wants to hold out her hand and see if one will come on to it.
Yeah, it floats over and kind of hovers above your hand by an inch or so, and just kind of spins around gently.
Why do I keep making friends I can't hug?
There's so many of them.
Yeah, there's the
like 900.
will-o'-wisps. There's the other ones. There's Bryant. It's just, you have a bad habit of that.
There must be like
Bryant.
901.
As your
13.
companions,
Yes.
as your companions are kind of playing around with the will-o'-wisps, down the tunnel you hear this ambient noise, like a person's voice. And you watch as all the will-o'-wisps kind of turn and begin to make their way back down the tunnel from where they came.
I'm gonna keep walking because I assume my compatriots are gonna follow me now.
Well, yeah, I'm
Another
nowhere
weird
else to
singing.
go.
Kel follows dejectedly.
All right. As you guys proceed forward, the tunnel, again, it's dark down here. Something about it becomes a little bit more different in a way. I mean, it's not just the tunnel itself, but also the fact that there are hundreds of will-o'-wisps right now as you walk down the length of the tunnel, each lighting your path. And as you walk past them, they kind of move out of your way, "Oops, excuse me," kind of politely make their way around you. And you see a form in the midst of them all, standing, a very lithe, not too tall kind of form, and you can hear them doing that just kind of over and over and over again. Notably, they have a staff kind of on one side, and it kind of gnarls forward like a hand, and hanging from it is this metal thing with a I don't know what they're called, unfortunately. The thing that holds incense, they kind of swing around.
Oh, a
in
censer.
a way.
A censer?
Yeah, a censer. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure my halberd's in my hand.
What magic am I getting from that person?
Strangely enough, you would think necromancy, but it's not. It is divine magic, very similar to when Bryant used his smite spell.
Oh shit!
Oh.
To whom do we have the pleasure of meeting? Hello, I'm Kel Thorin. Kel will wave.
Too excited.
Yeah.
As the face turns, you see a probably 5'8" humanoid. You're not sure. They're wearing simple clothing, and they're wearing this sort of massive, it was probably a blanket of some kind that is working as a cloak. What is extremely strange about them is that their entire head is wrapped with black cloth. And the only thing you can see is a sunken in eye that is almost like a piercing blue.
Okay.
That's fucking creepy.
Hello.
I fucking hate you so much.
Oh, you're one to talk.
I feel like Kel has a good sense for people.
Uh-huh.
I hope
Oh.
so.
Malik.
Hello. They appear to be male.
Kel was aggressive with Malik, so yes, good sense for people.
Mm-hmm.
I must say you're not the biggest will-o'-the-wisps I've ever seen.
Well, we're alive, so not exactly will-o'-wisps.
Well, you don't seem like the type of people to be forgotten. Especially not you. And he turns and smiles towards you, Kel. You can see that he does smile. You can see the movement under the really tight face wraps. And he kind of turns and looks towards you, Kel. Hello, cousin.
Okay.
Does
You two know each other?
He says cousin to Kel.
To
Cousin.
Bryant.
Oh.
Oh, to Brian.
Oh, I thought he said it to Kel. I was like, I'm
So
really
did I. I was
confused
about to
now.
say, humanoid calling Kel cousin. That don't
I
work.
was like, that's a hell of a glamour.
No, he turns towards you, Bryant, and says, hello, cousin.
Brian's not going to respond. That's fucking weird.
Why are you following this, my sensor? You should be really the one to be followed. That doesn't make very much sense, actually.
The fuck are you talking about?
We're one of the 16. You and I.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me.
You watch as he raises up a hand to you. Shepherd Cruel. Unfortunate name, but I am anything but. And yourself?
You can call me Bryant.
Your last name, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Bryant.
Oh. What's your mother's maiden name?
Wow.
Listen here, asshole. I got shit to do. I'm not about to spew my family history to you. Are you gonna get in our way or not?
No, hardly not. I wonder perhaps if that is your curse, then. Sudden aggression is a little unbecoming of one such as us.
My curse is that I can even fucking see you. Gibby, is this the right hole or not?
Sir, we're looking for Frank's auto shop. Is it this way?
Is that a surface building?
Yes.
He kind of looks around at you. Don't be so tense. They're just will-o'-the-wisp. They're completely harmless.
But I can't hug them.
Yes, a bit of a problem, I'm sure. Oh, they're perfectly harmless.
It's
Y'all
not
seem
down here.
very tense. I also can't help but notice the giant gaping wounds, bleeding fingers, as well as short tempers. I take it you had a bad run-in with the locals.
In a word.
Well, I'm not quite well versed in the surface, but when it comes to these tunnels, I know them rather well. We could review your map, perhaps, and I could show you the best course of action if your friend here, and he kind of turns towards you, Bryant, doesn't want to rip my head off.
What I want and what I'm going to do are two very separate things.
He's fine. That would be great, sir. Yes.
Oh, no, he has all right to be upset with our lot in life. When your curse isn't cosmetic, it can run deep.
So Gibby will approach with the map and show it to this guy.
He kind of turns his head and goes, they're repurposing these. I find them time to time. I should give you some to take back with you. I'm sure they would find them most useful. The people in Catrail are interesting individuals. Let's see. Okay. Did you talk to the old woman?
The Lady of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
Interesting old hag, isn't she? I think I'd have to compare my own maps because there have been some collapses with new construction. You could thank the Baron for that one and his thugs.
Boy.
Come, follow me. Well, you don't need to follow the sensor, but hopefully follow me. Come on.
Turns back and looks at everyone.
He kind of stops and tries to go, come on now, I'm not like your friend, I don't bite.
Kel's not nervous. He's just trailing after the will-o'-wisps, kind of grasping at them.
Gibby's just trotting after him.
Brian is going to go from the front to the back and wait for them to go, and then he'll go.
Okay, I'll take the front then, I guess. Don't like looking at them. They're like a lantern that's a furnace that burns in the soul.
You've never met Lady Odelia, have you?
I try to stay as far away from weird undead shit as I physically can.
That's what you and Bryant have in common.
They're not undead. Well, they sort of. Well, yes, they are technically. They're just a little lost, is all. We all get a little lost time to time. Can't really blame us for it.
That is very much true.
This way, he leads you over. You guys walk a decent while with the will-o-wisp kind of like chasing after you. They seem inquisitive. And eventually he leads you to not a cable car, but a cement. It's weird. It's like the roof suddenly rises. It gets taller, and it's almost like its own like little cement building set to the wall. Whatever glass is there has been shattered and fixed and cleared out, and there's curtains now hanging over it. And as he pulls open the door, this giant metal door, the inside is a very simple abode with like sort of a cot in the corner and a bunch of different things like, cookware kind of sitting around. This appears to be the main rail control of this once probably well-maintained rail system underground.
You live down here too, sir?
Yes, of course. Someone has to help these little guys.
Isn't it dangerous, though?
Anywhere's dangerous. And for the likes of me, I'm not particularly liked on the surface. Your friend may have a bad lot in his curse, but my curse, unfortunately, lies in the cosmetic. He kind of taps his face.
Not to sound insensitive or anything, but it's not, like, contagious or anything, is it?
He smacks his knee and actually leans over, and all the will-o-wisps kind of bounce up and down. No, when you die, maybe, but that's a joke. No, it's not contagious.
Right.
Not at all. Cool. Chasmodius was very particular in who is afflicted by his disdain.
I wouldn't know who that is, would I?
Roll a history check.
A history check? Is Chasmodius made of stone?
No.
Damn it.
Well,
I'll get
maybe.
to use it one of these days. 14?
You know that Chasmodius is a lich that's the lord of the Lich Ward. Bad customer.
Right. Yeah, no, I tend to steer clear of all that nonsense in the Lich Ward.
Well, let me see our map here.
Here you are.
He takes it, and he goes over to some papers. Yeah, turns back, and he goes, I know we simply just met, but perhaps it is a semblance of familiarity, despite the aggressiveness of your friend. It has been a while since I've had such visitors, and especially visitors who carry a similar nature to mine own. If you wish to rest here, I would be remiss to turn you away.
That would kind of looks at everyone. I wouldn't be opposed.
We'll roll out the good cots then. Here, if you wish to compare these maps, he kind of hands the two maps to you, Gibby. I'm going to go grab some blankets. Cement isn't the most comfortable. Well, perhaps the dwarf. That's a joke. I know better, but, you know.
So I have the two maps. What would I... Do I need to roll something on that?
No, you just literally compare the two and write down some notes. Notably, there are some more collapses that's pointed out, and there's some that just have smaller tunnels to them. Some of them are like X'd out, which says infestation, whatever that means. And yeah, Shepherd Cruel leaves you guys in this cement building, and some of the will-o-wisps kind of hang out, but a lot of them tend to follow him pretty closely. There's a few idle ones that like kind of watch what you're doing, Gibby, with curiosity. And there are some that are kind of like checking out Bryant, and there's a couple that are like playing with Kel because Kel, you know, is being friendly with them. You've got like 3 or 4 in your beard, Dalcom. They're obsessed.
Ah.
I think they like you. So now that I've done the map, is there any way to see from the map where we're going to end up? Can I tell that now?
Yeah, it seems like there's a clear path to the north. If it's safe or not is up to debate, but it looks like there's a clear path up to the north beyond this tunnel. You'd have to go down a specific area. Because this is the main control, it's also a place where it seems like a lot of train cars go off in different directions. But you know exactly which way to go from that point. And if not, maybe this person could help you.
Okay, I think we got it. Now we got a clear shot.
Are we bedding down for the night?
I think we probably should, especially if we're tackling another devil.
It might be best.
I want to make sure I'm at full capacity for this thing.
Well, all right then.
Also, Malcolm,
Yes.
have you ever thought about becoming a pirate?
No.
Aw, because with these will-o-wisps with you could call yourself Ghostbeard. You'd be really fierce and fearsome.
Sure. Yeah. I like the road. I don't really have a lot of, sea legs.
You could be a street pirate.
Huh.
But it's a road, but a concrete river.
Who taught you all this shit?
Kel will go back to playing with the wisps.
Okay. Good. All right. Friend's a little weird.
No, that's just Kel. Trust me, when you see the stuff we've seen, someone like Kel is really nice to have around.
Well, I guess you're not the strangest thing I've ever seen. Just looks down at his beard with all the will-o'-the-wisp in it. I'm gonna call you.
There's a lot more now. It's just like it keeps, every time you look down, there's just more of them.
I'm just gonna look at the biggest one and point at him. I'm gonna call you Randall.
It like floats away and like kind of does like a little spin like it's happy and then comes back to the beard.
I'm not gonna get any shut-eye if these guys are blinking in my beard the entire time.
Gibby.
Yeah.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow,
Looks
meow.
at her phone incredulously,
meow,
like,
meow, meow.
wow.
Meow, meow, meow,
I mean, I
meow.
knew I had signal, but, hello?
Gibby, it's, and there's gotta be, there's 5 men down and
What's going on?
it's okay, can you hear me? I think you're breaking up. I can't.
Durza, slow down. Durza?
Beep, beep.
I'll try texting him. Wait, I'll try calling back.
I'm sorry. Your number cannot be completed as dialed.
Do you want me to contact your boyfriend? Ask him what is going on. I can talk to his head.
Okay, yes.
He didn't sound panicked. It sounded like he was trying to report something to you.
Something's wrong. I think he said 5 men are down, but they might have it handled. If you could, check, will you, please?
Yes. Kel will you sending? His message is simple. Hello, Darzib. It is Kel. The signal is horrible. You have 25 words to explain what is going on. Go.
Okay. You guys have some downtime to talk to each other while Shepherd Cruel is gone, and while I do this, if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, what about
Above
Brian?
game.
What is Brian doing? He's been quiet.
Brian was at the back of the tunnel, so right now he is leaning up against the wall with his halberd. He's just staring at the opposite wall.
Right. I know you don't want to wait, but we really should rest and get to full strength this thing.
You think I don't want to sleep?
I wonder. Right now, Tanis is probably the safest of us all.
Why'd you have to say his name?
She puts a hand to his shoulder. I'm sorry. I really should be better about saying stuff without thinking.
You're preaching to the choir.
You guys seem to like him a lot, if you don't mind me intruding on this.
Yeah.
This, Tanis guy. What's he like?
He's a good dad.
Yeah. The best.
Yeah. I heard about that. He's got a little, daughter. Your scaly friend told me that. What's she like?
Bright. Really cheeky. Loves Tanis a lot. He loves her.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's a lucky guy. You know, elves, they got those low birth rates. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Something about their genealogy or physiology just don't really reproduce all that well. He sounds like a good man. I'd be honored to help him get it back.
Thank you. To Tanis, family is everything to him.
Huh? This guy's an elf?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
I'm just playing around. No. Yeah, he sounds like a good guy.
I hope you get to meet him.
I hope I get to meet him too. You're all a bunch of characters here in this new Prince Division.
Say new. Did you know any of the old ones?
Oh, no. Nah. I was just around when they were... You know, the whole thing was starting up, you know. Dwarves, we can get old. I'm not terribly old, but I've been around the block for a while.
Cal,
Yes.
you get a response from Durza. Oh, shit, not counting. And there's a pause.
You dumb motherfucker.
Kel will say that out loud.
Just looks over.
Maybe shoots him a look like
The rest of the message continues. A white dragon just busted into the Stronghold parking garage and smashed your Medusa. He killed 2 copper rings and injured, and the message cuts off.
What?
Okay.
Kel?
The message is, to
interesting.
repeat, shit, not counting. A white dragon just busted into the Stronghold parking garage and smashed your Medusa. He killed 2 copper rings and injured, and then the message ends because he ran out of words. Because he can't count. Well, he can count, but not well.
Gibby,
Yeah?
teach your boyfriend basic math, please.
I'll try.
Kel is rubbing his
What did he
temples.
say? What did he say?
Well, the Medusa problem is solved. Oh, in a weird way. So, a white dragon kind of broke into the Stronghold's parking garage and smashed her, killed 2 copper rings, and apparently injured more, but Durthip can't count.
Gibby's
So
just
the message
staring.
abruptly ended.
Gibby's just staring at Kel with her mouth agape, like, huh?
How did the white dragon even know she was there?
Above game. What was the dragon that was in her garden?
It was a white one.
That was a white dragon, but it could still be stone.
It could be something else entirely.
That doesn't make sense. And how would it know where you guys went? Well, like everybody make intelligence checks for me.
Okay. I'll do this as well.
Except for Dalcom.
God,
Dalcom wasn't there.
damn it! It's our
Dalcom will just reach into his pouch and pull out a flask and.
Dumb stat. Why wasn't I a smart person and actually put intelligence into my shit? I could have been the one.
General intelligence check. It's because it's just a base check. Then the success is a bit lower. So.
Intelligence. Here we go. 17.
Okay.
7.
You're a bit distracted at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Monty.
Mm-hmm.
Could I cast Enhance Ability on myself first?
Sure.
Yeah, no. Fox is cunning.
You advantage on this.
Kel knows he's dumb.
You burped, Dalcom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
18.
That's nice.
Gibby and Kel, as you're sitting there and humming you, both of you both have that light bulb moment as I can't remember who saw them, but when you were leaving, there was someone watching from the roofs.
Oh.
I think that was Gibby.
Shit.
We thought it was the bodyguard at first.
It was.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so his human form was just a glamour.
Wait, the guy that was with my brother was a white dragon?
Oh, fudge.
The tower's got a white dragon?
If he's working with him, he's probably angling to become the next ancient.
So, wait, I was the only one. I thought someone else saw him on the roof.
I think you
believe
pointed him
saw
out.
him. You pointed him out. We all saw him.
Did I?
Yeah, I believe you saw him.
Oh. Guys, do you remember that guy on the roof when we were leaving the Medusa's house?
The tower's bodyguard, yes, Zugan. That didn't sound like a human name.
Wait, the tower?
Yeah, Prince Division Tower kinda goes hand in hand.
You know about the tower?
Everyone knows about the fucking tower.
Right.
It's back?
Yep.
Yeah.
He just like slaps his forehead. And you guys are investigating the...
It was behind our most recent case, through a proxy.
Oh. Dalcom Brass Boots, what have you gotten yourself into?
So, that was just a glamour. And they were a white dragon. Oh.
He's just tossing back his flask, just...
Kel, how many more sending spells do you have?
That was my last. Until I rest.
Damn it.
Well...
Gibby's gonna try to... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
We should get on that, then.
We are, believe us, but... without Tannis, we're one man down, and we need him back for this.
I hear ya. I'm not helping you with the tower, but I'll help you with your friend.
We would not expect you to.
There's no amount of money in the world that I think would be worth fucking with that kind of shit.
I don't blame you.
Who do you want me to contact in the morning, Gibby?
I'm just worried if that dragon knows where we went. I want to know Tannis is okay.
Tannis likely is. Darcy would have mentioned. But he only mentioned copper rings.
You're right. Gibby's gonna just preemptively send a text to Durza asking, just double checking on that, and hopefully whenever she gets enough of a signal, it will send.
Yeah, you get the little red bubble next to it saying message could not be sent. As you guys are kind of like thinking about this, the door kind of cracks open and you see Shepherd Cruel kind of coming with like all these different blankets of all varying different quality. One is just a rug. There are towels and just like old like, quilts that were probably train cushions stitched together. All right, here you go. I wish it was a bit more cozy, but I'm not exactly running a 5-star motel down here. I apologize.
Oh, it is quite all right. Thank you for your generosity and hospitality.
Of course. It's nice
Believe
to have
me.
visitors.
I've slept in worse.
I
will not
can
elaborate.
believe that. Dwarves do come down here every now and again.
I mean, just my nature as a courier, not really a dwarf, but, that's the route you're going here.
Well, treasure hunters, smugglers, varying other things tend to wander through here. You watch as they just turn to you, and you can just see by the eye kind of closing slightly, they just kind of give a smile. Well, if you have any concern about security, these little guys are cute, but also very defensive. So if anything cruel tries to make its way through, it should be fine. And when it comes to, and he kind of gives a little side glance to you, Brian, then looks back to the rest of you. If it comes to any